We are good. Hello everyone and welcome to Stamp with Shel. My name is Shel Anderson and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I do Stamp with Shel video tutorials 4 times a week. Sunday mornings, Tuesday mornings, Wednesday mornings, and Thursday mornings. You can find these videos on my Stamp with Shel YouTube channel, my Stamp with Shel Facebook page, as well as on my blog, shelscreativecorner.blogspot.com. My blog posts will also have photos and links as well as a full tutorial with measurements and instructions so that you can easily duplicate these cards. If you have any questions, you can contact me anytime at andersonshel@gmail.com. Okay, on to today's project. We are going to be playing with a new bundle that I just received, found on page 8 and 9 of the mini catalog. It is this fabulous Merry and Bright bundle. Stamps and dies fit in the mini. We are also going to be using the paper, Merry, Bold, and Bright 12 by 12 paper. Okay, now I've brought in the annual catalog, and you will see this card here on page 75. The reason I'm showing you this card is not anything to do with this stamp set or this card, other than the fact that I am going to use this card for inspiration for a sketch. I'm just going to change it up a bit, but you can see that this sketch is very, very similar to this one. I've just added a few more layers. So that's where the inspiration comes from. And we are going to bring in some bits and pieces and get started on our card. Put that sketch out of the way. I have a basic white card base today. And all these measurements, as I said before, are going to be on my blog. Then for my layers, I've chosen basic black as well as a layer of the Merry, Bold, and Bright DSP. Get some adhesive out here and we will start. Oh, that's pretty too. I think we'll use the fa-la-la-la paper, because this is going to be a Christmas card, and this is just going to have a wee fine border, and I know that's hard to see right now, but as soon as I get it down on the white card, you'll see how it's just going to make this DSP pop. And we're just going to layer this on here, and that does not look like it is the right size. So let's just fix that little problem. I think I must have been sleeping when I cut this one. Look at that. Oops. Let's get that arm in there and get her good and straight. Oops, wrong blade. Look at that. 1/8 of an inch off. So there we go. You see how that pops? That little, just little fine border made it pop. All right. Now I have a basic black matte layer that, if we follow our sketch, is going to go here. You'll notice this is a rectangle. I chose to go with a square. So that's going to be a little bit different. And because that's a square, my layer on top is going to be a square as well. All right, we're going to bring in some stamps here. We're going to do a bit of stamping. And because it's photopolymer, we're going to bring in our Stampin' Pierce mat. And I have taken the string for the lights and put it on a block, and I've twisted this to suit my fancy. I want to put this, I don't know that this is going to be the right way. I've pre-done some of these. We can just kind of lay this out a little bit. These are going to be able to come off of the paper at the top and bottom and a wee bit at the side, but not a whole lot. But this is kind of what I was thinking. And we could put a green one down here, maybe a blue one going in the other way. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, but that's my thought. I just don't know if I want it all bunched up like this. I think I want it a little more helter-skelter. Something like that. All right, we're going to ink it up and give it a whirl. And something to that effect. That will be the string of wire for our lights. All right, we're going to close that ink pad up and put it away before I have a disaster on my hands. Okay, so now we get to play with all these beautiful lights. I used Real Red, Daffodil Delight, Blueberry Bushel, and Garden Green for my lights. And I think what I'm going to do is I am going to actually layer this on the black and put it on the card and build this right on the card, because otherwise I'm not going to know where I have room to do what. Let's just play with it for a minute and then I'm going to glue it down. So that blue one could easily go like that, and the green one like so, and then these two we're just going to fit in where they may, kind of like that. Now, before we get too far ahead of ourselves that way, before we fasten anything down, I have pre-stamped the greetings from this set, and I'm going to fussy cut these out. And I'm purposefully using long-handled shears. I find I can cut straighter when I use a longer bladed shear. So these are just household shears, that's all these are. They're nothing fancy. I use these shears for cutting my magnet sheets, cutting cardboard, this type of cutting. I use these for everything. If I have something really sticky or messy, I'll use these shears. And these are old as Methuselah. They're made by Wiltshire, and I got them at Canadian Tire years ago, probably 15 years ago, and they came in a 2-pack, and I took one for my craft room and I have one in my kitchen. So they have served me well. And you'll probably notice that they're sticky all over the sides of them because they need to be cleaned, but that's okay. They're doing their job here today. Alright, I have all my little bits there. Let's get rid of this garbage. And we will kind of play a little bit more. I thought that this would be my banner, and I was going to put Merry Christmas to you and yours, just like that on there, and then flag the end. So I'm going to get some tweezers, maybe, because I think I'm going to need help with this one. And I know that's hard for you guys to see. Black on black, sorry about that. Let's correct that little oopsie. And if I can get my adhesive working, we'll get going on this. And I just want a wee little border. Merry Christmas. Have you guys started your shopping yet? I have definitely started my Christmas shopping. I have 3 presents on the way right now for my grandkids. And I know what I'm going to get my youngest son and his wife. Not sure on what I'm going to get my oldest son yet, but I'm thinking about it. All right, that's in place. Now, I am going to bring in the mini paper trimmer and I'm going to trim this down, and then we'll flag the end. Cross your fingers that I did it correctly. Yep. All right, so I want to flag the end of this. And I'm going to take a little bit off it. I don't want it quite that long. So we're going to snip up the middle. Where we want it, and then from one corner to the middle, and opposite corner to the middle, and that should give us a little banner. All right, I like the way the black makes that pop. Now we can bring this back in here and do some rearranging, because as you can see, that yellow one is not going to work there. We're going to have to move that. So we have our layout. Let's glue this first piece in the right position. Actually, I think I'm going to use dimensionals. Let's put some dimensionals on here, give it a little bit of lift, add some dimension, add some interest, just like so. Pop off these paper backings. And how did I, oh boy, I think I had it like that. We're matching up the borders, and we're trying to center it top to bottom as best we can, like that. All right, next I am going to put the banner on. I think I'm going to pop that up as well. That way, if I have to, I can tuck the one of the bulbs underneath. All right, and once again, right over to that side. Now, kind of like having those curls covered, and I think I'm going to do that. Maybe this one should go down, and this one, let's change those up. Let's get this yellow one over here, and then we'll put this red one down here. Yes, yes, yes. Dimensionals or no, I don't think so. I think I'm going to glue these flat. So just add a bit of adhesive, and we'll pop this blue one in place. And then we'll go back to this one and pop that in place. Next up is this yellow one, and we'll get lots of adhesive on the back of this one and just tuck that under and pop that in place. And then we just have one more, and we're almost done. Just pop that down there and check out that card. I'm going to give this a little twist downwards. All right, 2 seconds. We just have to add a little blinga. Just bear with me while I grab some rhinestones and pop on here. How about one down here? And one more right in there. There we have it. How pretty is that? I love those light bulbs, I guess you'd call them. Christmas lights. So there is the sketch that I took, or I added to from this card. So let's lay those side by side so you can have a real good look, and you can very well see how I cased this card to make this one. All right, I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial today.